Q has given us this video. We've heard it many, many times before. But now sit back and really listen to what Trump is saying. Because now, with everything that you know, everything that you've seen, everything that you've experienced, we are now living through the second revolution. We never were in control of this country, we the people. It was taken away from us a while ago. It is time now to take it back. Take a listen.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another 4-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever is necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great again.
And yet, if you listen to what he said, it's everything that we've been experiencing. And if you thought that this was going to just be a quick and easy thing and we were going to just take back the country, no, if you want something back badly enough, if you want your freedom, and this is what coming from our founding fathers, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to go through the darkness. You're going to have to feel like all hope is lost, because that will give you the courage, the strength to fight on. Because what's the alternative? What, to go with the deep state plan? To go with what they want to do with the Great Reset, with war, with total control over your life, your children's life? Think about the Revolutionary War. They knew what the British were doing. They knew that they were never going to allow them to live their lives in this far-off land. They knew they were going to try to keep control. Remember, back then, who were the fact checkers? The British government. Who was the deep state back then? The British government. The Patriots, they said, well, we don't want to live like this. Yes, they tried to do it peacefully, but you know how the deep state works. The people that never want to lose control, they will fight to keep that control. And the founding fathers, they never wanted to go to war, but they had to. Not because they started it, because the other side started it. And they had to fight for their freedom. Yes, lives were lost. Yes, families were broken up. Yes, people took sides. Are you experiencing that now? Yes, the only difference is we're not doing it with guns, bullets, but we still have the experience of people taking sides, families taking sides. Remember, there were families back then who took the British side and the colonial side. Families were broken up. People couldn't talk to each other because they had different beliefs. We're experiencing the same thing right now. The deep state divided the country. This was done on purpose. They wanted people to take sides. But now, it's not time to give up. Now, it's time to take back the country. Trump, the Patriots, everything that they've been doing has led up to this point. And now it's time to push forward. There is no other alternative. This is it. We have one chance only. And we're here today. And this is why Trump and the Patriots were in Pennsylvania, the Keystone State, the state where everything is held together, where it all began. It's happening again, just like our founding fathers said so. They said we were going to have to fight for our freedoms once again. They only gave it for a short period of time. And those same individuals who wanted to control us before, they're back. Just take a look around. Look at the different mayors. Look at the different governors. Look at the invisible enemy. You can see their plan. Trump, he's telling everyone, sending everyone a message. It has begun. The next revolution has begun. This is the beginning. This is what's going to bring a lot of the country together, because we all have the same thing in common. The election should be fair and free. Remember, those players, Obama, Clinton and the rest. They've been saying you have a voice. Don't let anyone silence you. Well, what happens when you find out that people have been manipulating your voice? Yes, it might have happened this time against Trump, but next time it could be the other way. It's time to clear it all up. It's time to take back the country.